I am writing my memoir. Elise Stefanik. Or is that Stefanik? We decapitated that bitch, yo. Look at the ruling class. Après moi, les déluges. I wonder why Denzel's tanking Otello. Yes, to the WME group. CAA fucked up big time. Thank you, Angelina Jolie, and thank you, Joaquin Phoenix, for seeing me. I am the bookkeeper. I've already been signed by the Wiley Agency, CAA, so I don't need to see the fucking books you're representing. Who would want to read a book published by an author represented by CAA when they represent the lying psychopaths Joe Biden and Kamala Harris? Nobody's heard of A Million Little Pieces? Oprah Winfrey? Nobody's heard of Dr. Oz? Oprah Winfrey? Nobody's heard of fucking Dr. Phil? Oprah Winfrey? You fucking psychopath, Oprah Winfrey. You and Madonna are gonna burn in hell for the evil you pink-washed in your lifetime. Ooh! The sonic boom, excuse me, the atomic boom, double, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, motherfuckers. Let's talk about that. Double global catastrophe. At the same time, we talk about the Holocaust. The Trinity is the Nuevo Holocaust in Gaza. We have a gang of criminals. And Hillary Clinton can say that's pretty dumb, but she's the one who lost the 2016 presidential race because she was so dumb and did the same damn thing, right? Used a private email server and delivered us Trump. I interviewed Hillary Clinton right over yonder in Hollywood. Everybody knows that, and she didn't even support gay marriage back in the day. Neither did Barack Obama, motherfuckers. It was just a wink, wink. Oh, yeah, privately we support it. Yeah, we're going to hang out with the gays. Just like Nancy Reagan hung out with the gays while her husband genocided them. Don't tell me about the Clintons, people. They are my original models for American political hypocrisy. Nobody's heard of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. I'd hop into the Mazda 3 as soon as I could after class and start the journey back home to Arthur in Brooklyn. He had been so sad when I was offered and then took the position at Gettysburg. His point was that we had just moved in together, an experience that had been both maximum drama and comedy like everything else in our life together. And he was excited to start our life together, I repeat, for real. And he was exactly right to be upset. And in retrospect, I realized that I could have been more sensitive to his feelings. Indeed, I could have been a lot more sensitive to his feelings in that moment and in so many others. But as a mutual friend of ours reminded me today as I write this part of my testimony of Química Divina on the 6th anniversary of when I met Arthur in the flesh, me, soy yo, I've never, ever been a people pleaser. Indeed, that's why I dropped my ex Scott's ass, because all he wanted to do was please other people, and me, I was left with the bag, right? Which is true. I was well kept. But I said sayonara to that life, and it was the best decision I ever made. Arthur and I were like this from the jump. I've never been a people pleaser, ever. I've just always wanted to be myself. And I never, ever felt I fit in anywhere until I met Arthur. And then my whole life finally made sense. I'm crying, of course, and laughing as I type this and gasping sometimes. Another mutual friend sent an email today about the journey home during healing. BPM. Arthur inoculated me. Arthur inoculated me with his love. It's true that until I met him and was seen, that I had never felt seen. As I stated above, I never felt I fit in anywhere. But it's not entirely true, because I have always fit in with my teachers, who have always, I also see now, thank you, Sadia Abbas, for seeing me. And thank you, Robert Reed Farr, for seeing me. My teachers. Those two plus Christina Sharp. I mean, that's where my narrative begins ultimately, right? I mean, in 2015, I met Christina Sharp. In Toronto. The American Studies Association, and I remember being I remember not knowing what to say to her, but I wanted to connect with her in some fashion, and she was so competent with the PC setup, true story, and, I complimented, I just said, I'm really impressed with, this is before I realized quite how brilliant, what had I read by that point? It doesn't even come up when you type in the week. It's published on October 13th, 2016. I didn't realize how brilliant she was until I read In the Wake. That book changed my life. It changed everybody's lives, I think, who read it. But yeah, I complimented her on her facility with the typing and just the general coordination, because I had just never bothered to really learn how to do it. But it was, in retrospect, I think a weak attempt at connecting her. But I was never somebody who ever, this is now totally inside baseball. I've gone completely out of my performance, but I just was so overcome when I was writing this, because it's true. I need to get this writing done before I can move forward with my life, but it's practically there in 2015. And anyway, whatever, long story short, right? I know how to do it now, people. Long story short, she just responded to me in a kind of very, I think, in a way, I don't know if droll is the right word, but she just sort of was like, it was sort of like, she wasn't rude, but she just sort of was like, well, I just know how to, it's just, you just figure it out, and that's true, right? And I think that's when I think about something like the figure eight, right, or the figurative versus the literal, right? I think about, I think about both. On the one hand, it's like aesthetic education or philosophy, right? It's like on the one hand, it's both. That's what it is. It's current, right? That's what I think about cosmology, right? It's both on the one hand, or ecology, right? On the one hand, it's both very simple, and on the other hand, very complex. Right? That's what I think about quantum space-time, right? Which is what I'm ultimately going to be doing as I turn to the audience, right? Ultimately, I'm so red in the face. But yeah, I'm going to leave this at 15 minutes. But when I turn to the audience, yeah, it's just, I get it that people want to sign me, but WME showed me the love from the jump. And it's too late now for me to go to CAA. I can't believe that I spilled the beans on that, and now CAA is trying to court me. It's like, too late, motherfuckers, too late. Do you know what I mean? Like, I already told you who I like at your agency, right? Kate Blanchett, George Clooney, right? Actually, there's a lot of people I like at your agency. Laura Dern, right? Nicole Kidman, right? Obviously. But unfortunately, I cannot do business with people who are representing war criminals and pathological liars. There's no way I am correctly writing history. Mi historia es la historia verdad. See, and I am right. Operation Al-Aqsa flood is to the 21st century what the October Revolution was to the 20th century. And that's a slam dunk I can make every day of the week. And everybody fucking knows that, especially my Trinity plus Arthur. Muchísimas gracias a todas. See? And ciao for now.